everyone. Welcome to the show. Well, my guest today is the president at UMCC. He also works as a bandmaster at the Unfortunates from Edmonton, Alberta. Tanner Gordon. Hi, Tanner.
Hello, how are you doing? Thank you so much for having me on.
It's my pleasure. By the way, what is UMCC?
That's a Unfortunates Music Charity Committee.
Oh,
So that's just, yeah, we've been basically taking on shows for the last 10, 11 years. Anywhere we can jump on and help out, we've kind of made that a thing of pride that we become a part of that. And then Bandmaster at the Unfortunates, that is the band there, the Unfortunates.
right.
And then what just came out is my first solo album in 13 years. There's the new solo albums Start Again, and the song is called So Long.
So long. Okay. And people
That's
can
correct.
find that at Spotify, all the usual places, right?
That is correct. Yeah, Apple Music has it right now, Spotify, and then YouTube is the brand new music video for it.
Okay. So now, when did you first start becoming a performer?
Oh, I was quite young. I was in high school. I kind of did my own thing. I was writing songs. I was trying to find my voice there. I was only 15, 16 years old. And then at 17, I actually recorded my first album and did a string of shows and really self-funded everything, put on the shows ourselves. And it took a lot of work, obviously, from friends and family to make things like that happen. But yeah, we started very young.
So when you say we, who are the we?
Yeah, so yeah, my family was been a part of this since the beginning. Without them, none of it's possible. And then right off the start of the career, I knew that I wanted a little bit more than just the acoustic sound that I was able to do on that first album. And we put the band together in 2010. That was Tim Plamondon and Brendan McGonigal. So that's bass and drums, and Tim's done a little bit of everything, I should say. But yeah, so we started that, and that was the Unfortunates. And then we started adding from there, and that was the first album called Calm Down, This Is Only the End in 2010.
So now, what role do you play in the band?
So I'm the principal songwriter, first and foremost. So I would bring, since the beginning, basically all of the words to the band. I've done a lot of the music, a lot of the basically the start of the song is the way I would put it. It's probably a safe way. Is I would bring the rhythm guitar parts and the idea for the song, all the words, and kind of where I want to go with the chorus. And then Tim and myself would work together on building the rest of the song and the harmonies and where it needed to go. And then the band would always bring their different flares. So be that Brendan on drums, he's got a very unique drum sound. And then Nathan on rhythm guitar. Leo is on lead guitar now. Before Leo, Contessa was Bryce Thornton, and you can actually hear it on the albums. Their different uniqueness as well, like guitar. So we have Tim and I would kind of build the whole structure of the song, and then the band would get on there and just attack it and make it into what it became.
Now, do you sing as well?
I do, yes. Sorry, I am the primary singer, and I do play rhythm guitar in the band.
Okay, great. Now, are you with Big Records?
I am with Big Records, yes, and we're actually doing Big Records more as with my Tanner Gordon stuff with the
Oh,
new album. But yeah, I am with Big Records.
and that's working out well for you?
Yeah, it's working out very well, and Pamela has helped introduce us, as you know, and help get us different places and go from there.
So now, have you been touring?
I have not been. We've been discussing things for next year. The new song that came out, So Long, has done fairly well on New Zealand radio over there. So we've talked about the Big Records New Zealand tour and going over and meeting what they call the noise. That's what they call their fans. So going over, be a part of that. And then hopefully in the fall, we'll have a whole bunch of things to announce as well coming soon. So I've got nothing to give away, unfortunately, nothing I can punch for us here, but there'll be a lot of things coming soon.
But going to New Zealand, that's going to be so awesome.
Yeah, that'll be a very unique experience for sure.
Yeah.
You know, So Long was never really a song I thought I would release as a single. And then honestly, and then for it to be tracking in somewhere like New Zealand and, you know, going to be able to go over there and play it,
Yeah.
that is pretty unique for somebody's career to pull that off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that sounds so great. What style of music does the band play, or do you personally play?
Yeah, so the band I think is a little bit more just your accessible rock and roll. I think it's a good way to put it. We've got some more acoustic undertones to it as always. I've always focused on the songwriting side of things, so I think that folk sound comes with that when you're more of a songwriter. But the band, we're huge grunge fans. You can hear that with our punchy choruses. We like to bring the energy live, and we like to portray that on the albums. So there is that style with it. So it is more of a rock and roll, but with some more grunge and folk undertones.
Mhm.
And then we used to call my stuff tattoo folk, as you know, I'm covered in tattoos, and it's a little bit more aggressive style of folk music, maybe.
Yeah.
But that is, once again, even though I typically like to write folk, I still like punchy choruses and repeatable lines, things like that. So it's always kind of a mix between that grunge and folk sound.
Do you always perform your own music, or do you ever do other performers, other artists' music?
So we've been lucky enough that we basically played our entire careers playing our own original music, and we have, you know, put in, of course, there's singles. I mean, sorry, covers that we like to add in. On my album release for my personal stuff, we did some Bob Dylan, we did some Bruce Springsteen, some Jason Colette for the Canadian fans. So we did some things like that, just, you know, to sprinkle in some things that influence the album for me.
Mhm.
And the band, we've done some things of some Nirvana, some Weezer. We do Tragically Hip right now, but it's not like when you go to one of our sets, you're gonna hear 5 or 6 covers. You're gonna hear 0, or you might hear 1. And you know, and that we've been, once again, lucky enough to have so many albums come out over the years and have fans recognize these songs, want to hear our songs, sing these songs, that
Mhm.
would almost be doing ourselves an injustice to do cover songs instead of playing some deeper cuts of our own records.
All right, very good. Now, do you
Yeah.
have another job as well, or does music do it for you?
No, and unfortunately, I do have to work. I work for United Rentals as an outside sales rep. So I basically go job site to job site. Some days are better than others, like today. I'm actually working with the Edmonton Folk Fest. We're getting set up as their festival kicks off tomorrow. So this time of year is a lot more exciting for my job for me, as I do all the festivals. So we just did Heritage Days, and it's Edmonton Folk Fest, and then we'll be going to the Together Again festivals next. So being a part of those music festivals, you know, everything that goes into actually making them happen. Most people don't realize how much work goes into that behind the scenes and all the volunteers. So yeah, today's a pretty good day of work. I'll say that.
Oh, very good. Now, if I
Yeah.
would just tell people, if you've never been to a folk festival, go. I was just
Yes.
here recently, and it was so exciting. There was I think there were 4 different band stages.
Yeah, there's 6 at the Edmonton Folk Fest. It's
Oh,
yeah, one of the most amazing ones for sure. It's internationally known. The acts they've gotten over the years is huge. This year it's once again William Prince, Kaleo, and Nathaniel Rateliff all on the same night. And then the best part is they might not be, those are the recognizable names. They probably won't be the best set you'll see over the weekend.
nice.
Somebody always surprises you, and that becomes the next great folk act. And the only way to see that is going to these festivals and supporting them.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For you personally, like, what are your goals? What are your future goals?
So my future goals, if we're talking strictly music for me, is just to get right now this record to as many people as we can, to as many ears. I made this record, it's quite personal, and when I say quite personal, it is really based on my own memories and the way that, you know, you kind of change your own memories as time goes on to fit
Mhm.
your own life. And then it was written a lot during the pandemic, and what happened during that for a lot of people is they had to look inwards. I wasn't performing live anymore for the first time in years. I wasn't seeing families often. I wasn't seeing friends nearly as often. And you know, I'm being such an outward person where I like to go do everything.
Right.
Not being able to do that really make myself look inward. And what I found was such a personal idea, personal album. So when I first released it, the response from people has been so surprising, sending me messages and telling them this song meant something, this song meant something. And I shouldn't say surprising, because I knew that other people were going through it at the same time, but it means so much that that is happening. And a song like So Long Now being the next single,
Mhm.
it really means a lot that people are associating themselves in these songs. So as far as we can push this, that's my goal. As far as we can get these songs and into as many ears as possible and let people know, you know, you're not the only one feeling this way or thinking that right now. We're all here with you at the same time.
Right. Yeah, I hear that a lot. I was one of these fortunate people who, because I have social anxiety,
Yes.
being at home and doing things doing so well for me.
Yeah.
Although
Oh,
I do occasionally in-person interviews as well, you know, but
yes. You're doing a very good job of impersonating, if this is an impersonation.
thank you. No, it's just so interesting. I love hearing your journey, about from being a teenager and music being what you wanted to do, right? I think it's
Yes.
the fact that you've written so many songs is really, really good. Is there a website, or how would people, other than go through big records, I suppose, but is there another way for people to
Yeah,
get?
I definitely I try to make it easy for you. So it's just my name, tannergordon.ca.
Okay.
On there, you'll find links to music videos. You'll find links to all of the albums, including the Unfortunates album. The Unfortunates are on the unfortunates.ca as well. So no funny business there either. And then, yeah, there's links to everything. You can pre-order, or not pre-order, it's finally out. You can order the vinyl. I'll ship it anywhere in the world for you. So that's on there. But yeah, if you want to get into it, there's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different music. There's the two bands, there's videos, and there's always one thing I like to bring up. There is somewhere where you can contact me if there's something you want to say about the music or you have a question. I'm always available. Send me a message on there, and I promise I will get back to you.
Very good. Now, you said you have a lot of tattoos.
I do,
I
yes.
just want to touch on that for a second, because I have heard that tattoos can become addictive.
Well, I think starting as a musician, we have a bit of and a songwriter, a bit of an addictive personality as it is.
Yeah.
We get addicted to, let's just say the influence, but we get addicted to the shows, we get addicted to the crowds, we get addicted to the life. Tattoos probably you could say are addictive for me, but I've never really gotten one that I've regretted. I look around, I've, my arms are covered, my chest, my back, but it really is my story. So I wish I could kind of show it a bit as I'm sitting in my car. I'm sorry, but the pictures are on my Facebook and on the videos. They're all the story of the band actually. So it's got all the different albums and our logo, and yeah, different artists that have influenced me are on my skin. So it's all my story actually.
Nice. Well, you're going to have to come back on and show those in
So
person.
I'll come on without my shirt on.
Out of the truck, standing there, you're like,
That's right.
there's so like that would be so much fun, actually.
Yes.
So now, and you're in the process at the moment. You're working right today, like
I am. Yes, I was just on the Folk Fest site, and I'll be heading right back to it.
Very good. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do this. And just stay on camera for a second. I just want to talk to the audience. I hope you enjoyed meeting Tanner Gordon, and I'm going to share his the website for you so you can contact him if you want to hire him. Just a quick question: if somebody wanted you to leave Edmonton and come, say, to BC or whatever like that, are you into doing that type of thing?
Absolutely. Yes, it's the same contact, just tannergordon.ca. On the page there, you'll see contact. Send us a message there. And myself or one of the representatives from Big Records will get back to you as soon as possible.
Okay, great. All right. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. Be nice and peace out.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.